What if I told you that thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars are sitting in old retirement plans from previous employers doing nothing to build your wealth? I'm Johnny Lynum, founder of REI Genius, and today I want to show you guys how to take control of your old employer IRA for our government people out there, your TSP, and turn it into a powerful wealth building tool through a self-directed IRA. Whenever you change jobs, you often leave behind a 401k with limited investment options and no real control. It just sits there, tied to the market, no flexibility, and minimal growth. That's where a self-directed IRA comes in. And so today we're going to dive in and kind of walk you through what exactly comes with the IRA, some options that you have to supercharge it. And then I'm going to share for those that want to go a little bit further, upcoming workshop that I have to help you guys laser in and build out your supercharged portfolio, leveraging the self-directed IRA. And so with that, we'll jump in. So it's all about really transforming your retirement savings into a powerful wealth building tool that you being able to be strategic in how you allocate and how you make those investments, and then ultimately it leads to diversification. So right now, when you go and look at it, over $1 trillion right now, $1.6 trillion with a T, is sitting in old 401ks, TSP accounts across America, often underperforming. Like most people in their 401k, they don't have no clue what they're invested in, especially from previous employers, no clue, no idea of what they're actually investing in. And so the thing is, you have to ask yourself whether you got an old former employer, IRA or TSP, or your current retirement account. You need to know, is your money working hard enough for you right now? Because most retirement accounts, they're simply collecting dust. They're not generating any relevant returns. And then you're probably not diversified. You're over concentrating in certain areas. And so you have no clue. And these funds could be used to build wealth and set you up strategically, but we're misappropriating these resources. And so that's what we're really diving into today, and give you guys some tools and opportunities in order to move to the next level, to kind of take back control of everything that is yours. And so the first step is really going through with REI Genius. And, my company, I founded a little bit over 3 years ago now. And our mission is simple. It's empowering federal employees, military retirees, my veterans out there, and professionals on how to build lasting wealth through smart and intelligent investment strategies. And guess what? We help clients unlock their full potential. And this is one that, over the last few months, diving in with clients and really understanding that, I was in the military for 20 years. I wasn't moving around different jobs. But as I talked to more professionals that have moved around 2-3 different roles, careers, not necessarily careers, but roles with different companies as they climb the corporate ladder, that they have dormant retirement accounts that they haven't really tapped into, that they haven't really kept track of. And so that's one of the reasons that really prompted me to go deeper into this and to start helping, because I had to help clients learn about self-directed IRAs, the different opportunities that you can invest in with your self-directed IRA. But at the same time, understanding where is your money. And the Department of Labor actually has a website where you can go and find and search out and see if you have dormant retirement funds that's laying out there, because there's a lot of money that's out there collecting dust. And you don't want that to be you. But most of the time, why most retirement plans underperform, there's a few limitations. One is the options that you can invest in. I always say that, most people don't realize what the wealthy invest in and the assets how they leverage them, that is not traditional mutual funds and index funds and, the normal run-the-mill Wall Street type of investments that's going to give you average returns that everyone's getting. And so that's the thing, that you're overexposed with Wall Street. You got market volatility that's going on in the background. You don't know what you're invested in. You just go up and down with the stock market roller coaster, and you have no direct control on your investment. That was one of the things that pushed me into real estate. And, now operating in, the alternative investment space and getting more visibility into oil and gas investments, private equity, private credit, larger institutional real estate funds, that there's a whole nother world. And as you go up further up the food chain, you see that the high net worth individuals, the wealthy, they have more and more of their allocation to alternative investments and not just normal Wall Street. And the one thing that really hits home with it is, one, diversification, but then two, the assets aren't correlated with one another. And so you can have exposure to venture capitalists. You can have exposure to private equity that's doing buyouts and buying businesses. You have debt funds that's lending debt to businesses or lending debt on real estate. You can actually buy directly into certain real estate, whether it's a self-storage, it's brand new multifamily, or you can lend money to fix and flippers through a debt fund. And so there's a whole lot of options that you have as investments that aren't necessarily correlated with the market. But now you have that control with self-directed IRAs or self-directed retirement accounts as that vehicle. And so it allows you to simply break free from the traditional limitations that a lot of times as you're in the military or you're a federal employee, you have your thrift savings plan, your TSP, and you have what I think it's like 6, 7 type of options or funds, certain retirement year funds that you can invest in, and you can focus on growth or accumulation. But the thing is, you're limited to these funds, and that's it. And everything is tracked in the market, and you really don't have any true ability to diversify outside of Wall Street. And so, one of the things with self-directed IRAs that allows you is access to alternative investments that traditional retirement accounts simply they don't offer right now. And I say right now because President Trump and the Republicans that they saw that this was a problem, and they see how the wealthy have been making money hand over fist. And so he wrote a executive order that had the SEC to go off and look on how we can expose 401ks where they can benefit from private equity. I think it's self-fulfilling as well too, that the private equity that they want to get more access to capital. So this opens up the floodgate of retirement account money that could come in to private equity and to other private ventures. But I'll tell you, the onus is on the investor to have the knowledge, to have the information to make sure that it's a suitable investment and that it's the right investment for you and it fits into your overall portfolio. But one of the things is when you look at inflation and where we are right now in the economy, you want to be in real assets. You want to own real assets. First real asset that comes to mind, real estate and owning real properties, private lending, to debt that other companies that are making business and that are creating products and services out there that want money, and they go to private lenders instead of going to Wells Fargo or the big name banks that are out there. You have private equity ventures with buying businesses, oil and gas partnerships that are out there, precious metals, and so much more. And the one thing about this is it gives you full control with the self-directed IRA, and it gives you ultimate flexibility to make your investment decisions. And that could be a gift and a curse because it comes with great responsibility. And so that's one of the things with learning about real estate, learning how to evaluate businesses, how to evaluate properties, how to evaluate apartment complexes. It gives you the benefit and the ability to maximize and gain higher returns by having that knowledge that most people don't have and having access to deals that most people don't have access to. So the rollover process is pretty straightforward with transferring a TSP or 401k into a self-directed IRA. One, you open up the self-directed IRA. There are tons of companies out there. I won't name the companies. I'll actually have someone that's going to come in during the workshop. It's a 3-day workshop that you guys can tap into. That I think the dates right now. The next one coming up is going to be November 20th through the 22nd, 7 p.m. in the evening, Thursday, Friday, then 10 a.m. on a Saturday. And we're going to dive in, helping you guys open up your self-directed IRA, going through that process. You find a custodian. There are multiple custodians out there. They have a full range of services and fees that you can choose from. There are a few that I know that clients that I work with that they leverage that work pretty good and have a good relationship with. They'll handle all the paperwork in order to roll over from your previous employer into your new self-directed IRA. And then you just go initiate the trustee to trustee transfer. You initiate it on your end. And usually from what I'm hearing, it takes about 2 weeks to transfer the money over from one custodian to the other. You direct the rollover to allow you to avoid the taxes. That's one of the big things. You'd avoid any taxes or penalties by going direct from trustee to trustee. And then after that, you simply choose your investment, deploy your funds into the alternative assets that align with your wealth building strategy and portfolio, and go from there. And that's one of the things that we're going to break down is some of the different asset classes, the pros and cons of each one of those asset classes. And then when you're coming out of the actual workshop, you're going to understand, hey, what should be my diversified portfolio asset mix? How much of my allocation do I really want to have? to my self-directed IRA and getting off the sidelines and starting to supercharge your wealth building machine for your retirement. And so we talked about the benefits, the three benefits at the end of the day. Control and flexibility is not a cookie cutter investment option where you just follow the index, follow the market, you're on the roller coaster. Whatever happens in the S&P, you just ride it and you go with it. But now it's actually choose the right investment for you. And it allows you to, one, to look at higher potential return. And so not in looking at where it lands on the spectrum from your risk perspective, you can look and see where real estate, private equity can deliver double-digit returns when managed strategically. You want to look at things, and so the risk that's involved with different investments, and understand, does it fit your portfolio? Does it fit your risk profile? And then, really, at the end of the day, we're looking for diversification and protection. Tony Robbins wrote a great book, The Holy Grail of Investing, earlier this year that came out, and it talked about the Holy Grail of investing is to have a portfolio of uncorrelated investments, 7 uncorrelated investments to comprise your overall portfolio. And that's what it's all about, is getting access to more opportunities, unique opportunities that allow you to invest in real assets, to invest in real businesses that allow you to hedge against inflation and protect yourself from market downturns, and ultimately protecting your retirement nest egg at the end of the day. And so some of the pitfalls to kind of look out for: the wrong custodian. Make sure that you go with the right custodian. Not all custodians handle self-directed IRAs, so you want to make sure you have one that supports that. Doing an indirect rollover. So being able to take a check out to yourself, that now that you're going to have that immediate taxation and the 60-day rule that you're going to have to work against. And so it's always want to request a trustee to trustee transfer. It takes you out of the middle of it. Didn't have to worry about triggering any of these, having to pay immediate taxation if they're going to give the money direct to you with the 60-day rule. And so you just want to eliminate all that. Just keep it simple and go indirect rollover. And then just understanding the prohibited transactions. So you can't do self-dealing, which means you can't invest directly in deals that you are going to benefit, because your retirement account is set up for you to benefit in the future. After you turn 59 and a half, you can start making withdrawals. And so the thing is, you can't benefit from your IRA or money in your IRA before you turn that age. And so that's one of the things where you can't self-deal, where you can benefit by investing in a fix and flip property right now, or invested in your primary residence, that you actually have to have a arm's length distance away from the transaction. You can't be involved. So that's one of the things we're working with professionals who understand the regulations inside and out, with being a custodian, and then finding more and more operators out here in the deals that you can invest in. Is going to allow you to not have to worry about any implications with prohibited transactions, but it's going to allow you to focus in on the right professionals and operators in order to secure your retirement going forward. And then, that was really it at a high level. Really wanted to introduce you guys to the concept and know about, hey, self-directed IRAs. A lot of information out there about it, how to go through the rollover process, and then the different strategies when it comes to building an investment portfolio that allows you to take back control. So make sure you guys drop in the comments if you want the link. We're going to drop the link here, I think, in the next couple of days, with the landing page to get started. And it's going to be a small, intimate group that we'll be going through those 3 days together. And the goal is to come in, understand how to set up your self-directed IRA, some of the opportunities out there that you can invest in, what's the right distribution or right mix that you should be looking at. And we're going to help you guys get the information and the strategies where you can go off and take action with everything that you're looking to do with your retirement savings, and take back control and understand what it is that's going on out there and how you can benefit from your retirement account and take back control for these previous employers. Because there's a lot of money just sitting dormant that a lot of times we look at the resources that a client has with REI Genius, and we're looking at it like, well, do you have any former 401ks? And start like, hey, that's your seed capital to start investing in real estate, to start investing in some of these alternative investments where the passive income, the cash flow is going to your retirement account and not you personally, and it's helping you build wealth long term. And then you start bringing in the different Roth components where you can grow completely tax free down the line. And there's a host of different strategies, and we're going to walk through a lot of those strategies during the workshop. So I'll see you guys there. Make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, drop down if you want me to send a link to you for the upcoming workshop, and I will see you guys on the next video. Let's go. Let's make some equity happen together, guys.